genetic disorders which are also called as genetic diseases. A genetic disease or a genetic disorder is when there is mutation in the sequence of DNA of an individual. The change in the sequence of DNA may be small or it may be large. It may be small in the form of point mutations where there is deletion or substitution of a single nucleotide. This change can be in the form of deletion or duplication of one whole chromosome. If we see the classification of the genetic disorders can be classified into three forms. Those disorders which are single gene based, while those disorders which are polygenic, and those diseases which are purely 100% environmental. Single disorder or single diseases are those diseases which are caused due to the mutation in a single gene, while in case of polygenic diseases which have effect due to two genes or more than two genes. If two genes or more than two genes or one gene and there is environmental factor, they joint contribute for the incidence of a disease, then such a disease is called as polygenic. While in case of environmental diseases where there is no effect of the genetics. Another classification of the diseases that is based on the Mendelian and non-Mendelian, which are also called as multifactorials. Mendelian disorders are those disorders which are caused due to single gene, while in case of multifactorial diseases, these are those diseases which are caused due to more than one gene. That can be two genes or that can be one gene, and there will be the effect of the environment. In case of Mendelian disorders, which are also called as single gene disorders, they are fully penetrant. While if we move towards the multifactorial diseases, the penetrance of the diseases that reduces. So if we divide or learn that what are genetic disorders can follow different patterns. Those patterns can be autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, duplications, non-disjunction, deletion, inversion, X-linked disorders, and translocations. So these are all patterns to which genetic disorders or the genetic diseases follow. In case of autosomal dominant diseases, the example would be Huntington disease, while in case of autosomal recessive inheritance, these are the diseases. In case of non-disjunction, the most common diseases are Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome. In case of deletions, that is due to the deletion on chromosome 5, the most common disease is Cry-du-Chat syndrome. While in case of X-linked disorders, the most common they are hemophilia and red-green color blindness. So these are all different patterns to which genetic disorders follow. Based on the penetrance, genetic diseases can be classified into fully penetrant diseases and less penetrant diseases. Fully penetrant where there is a single gene and there is no role of the other genes. While in case of less penetrance, that can be due to the effect of two genes or that can be due to the effect of one gene and the environmental factors. If we classify the genetic disorders or the genetic diseases, the main classification of the genetic diseases would be multifactorial disorders, single gene disorders, chromosomal disorders, mitochondrial diseases, as well as the somatic mutations, which are also called as some cancers.